Europe did not lack anti-money laundering supervision. It had a great deal of it. Unfortunately, it did not always have the same supervision. Financial crime became cross-border. Supervision largely remained territorial. That is why Europe changed the model. AMLA is coming. The framework was European. Much of its implementation, supervision, and enforcement remained national. A financial group can operate as one organism across Europe. Its supervisors do not necessarily see it from one position. Money does not use the organization chart. Home supervisor, host supervisor, group controls, local supervision, local intelligence. Responsibility existed. The challenge was making responsibility operate as one system. Risk-based supervision depends on comparison. Comparison depends on data. And data is only useful when 27 authorities mean the same thing by the same field. The scandals differed. The structural lesson did not. Cross-border risk was repeatedly testing a system organized primarily through national supervision. Europe did not abolish national supervision, it changed the architecture around it. A single rulebook, a common supervisory methodology, European oversight, direct supervision for selected high-risk groups, and a new coordination layer for financial intelligence. The new model is not one law. AMLR sets directly applicable obligations. AMLD6 structures national mechanisms. The AMLA Regulation creates the authority. Together, they redesign the European AML framework. AMLA is not one central supervisor with one decision-maker. Its governance separates executive decisions, national supervisory input, and financial intelligence cooperation, with two different configurations of the General Board. On 1 January 2026, the EBA's standalone AML mandate transferred to AMLA. Its tools, risk assessments, and Eureka database moved with it. Existing EBA AML standards remain until AMLA replaces them. 2026 is the build year. AMLA is calibrating risk models, standardizing data, developing technical standards, building indirect supervision, and preparing the first selection exercise. The architecture is moving before direct supervision begins. AMLA's model separates inherent money laundering risk from the quality of controls. What remains is residual risk. That residual profile becomes central to deciding which eligible institutions require direct European supervision. Before AMLA can select whom to supervise, it needs comparable data. National supervisors collect standardized information from firms. AMLA defines the specifications, receives the data, checks alignment, and builds the common risk picture. Not every institution enters AMLA's selection pool. Eligibility first requires a credit or financial institution or group operating across at least 6 member states. Only then does the common risk assessment begin. Eligibility only opens the gate. AMLA then compares residual risk across the eligible population. The highest risk cross-border institutions move forward until the first directly supervised cohort is selected. In 2027, AMLA will complete its first selection exercise. Up to 40 of the most impactful high-risk financial institutions or groups will then move into direct European supervision from 2028. Direct supervision is not a permanent closed club. AMLA reruns the selection process every 3 years. Risk changes, groups evolve, and the directly supervised population can change with them. 10 July 2027 is the operational switch. AMLR becomes directly applicable. Firms must move from national transposition logic to one European rulebook, while national supervision and AMLD6 structures continue around it. After the 2027 selection, supervision does not switch overnight. AMLA has 6 months to prepare the transfer, build each joint supervisory team, and agree working arrangements with the relevant national supervisors. The model has changed. The data is being prepared. The risk engine is being calibrated. The first 40 will be selected in 2027. Next, what happens when AMLA actually takes control?